Theo10 here. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm just going to show you guys a little bit about what I've learned on how to make sacred space psychic boundaries, how to enhance your intuition for a scrying or divination session, and whatever other little tips I've picked up. So first and foremost, get a list or a very short prayer or invocation of who you'd like to call in. For me, that's Wankatanka, the creator. I call forth my guides, my allies, my angels, my teachers, my mentors. I usually like to call forth my ancestors, my bloodline, right? I call forth my animal and my totem allies. I call forth Heka, right, etc., Isis and Merlin. So what that would look like for me is I would first grab a candle. So white is for truth, white is for light, it's for connection, it's the crown chakra, right? So what I do first is I hold my candle and I light it, okay? Woo, okay, right? And so I just kind of tap into that energy of magic, right? Right. And then as I'm speaking, I do visualizations. So for me, I like to rotate the candle clockwise as I'm calling in. I'll have my hand going, right, for gestation. The hand also acts as a wand. So here's my little prayer that I sometimes do. I call forth Wakantanka, Great Spirit. I call forth my guides, my allies, my ancestors, my angels, my patron, my matron, and my animal allies. Please come forth and aid me in this insight. May I speak only truth, and may my insight and visions come through accurately and clearly. Please aid me in hearing you and listening. Beginning here and now, a whole amen, and so let it be. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, now this candle is charged, and my allies are here. Also, just for the audience, I'm going to also call in any and all beings of omnibenevolence that are willing to join me for this insight. Please make yourselves visible to the audience. Beginning here and now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what that does is it calls in my allies. And so, how you know they're there, you'll feel a shift in the room. For me personally, I just see a lot of different people, a lot of different beings in the room with me in my third eye. Um, Energetically, when I was calling in, there was chills running on my arms. Right, this is my allies saying like, "Hey, we're here," and this is also the energy that they exude when they first come in. It's more so like a knock, "We're here," right? So that's my little invocation. You can do something totally different. You can do chants, you can do ends, whatever resonates with you, go for it. So now, once I have my candle lit, you can do some magical symbols like a rune. For me, I'm going to do a Reiki symbol, shokure. So I just go shokure, 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 and then I push the symbol into the candle. What that does is it kind of cleans the candle a little bit, adds a little more energy to it, and gives it a umph. Okay, now I have these candles here. So these candles, let me show you. When the lights are all off, these are the candles that are in between, my scrying mirror. So I'll be right here gazing into it. So this is on my left and my right, okay? So take into consideration any and all symbolics or any and all elements that you'd like to pull in. So for me, again, my allies are already here. There's no need to call them in, except you can call them in and just say their names as you're holding the candle, because names have power. Okay, so I'm just going to very quickly bless, enhance, and enchant this candle to aid me in receiving accurate visions, insight, and messages. Beginning here and now, Home and Smutabi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is on my left side. The left is receiving and it's feminine. Okay. Now here I have my candle on my right side. And again, I put my hands on the candle very gently. Again, you're not like forcing your energy into it. It's just very light, very light. Okay. So again, I'm holding this candle and I'm just going to say, I bless, enhance, and enchant this candle to aid me in seeking and finding the visions that I must. Beginning here and now, Home and Smutabi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this candle here on my left side will allow me to receive the visions and the messages very easily. And this candle, should I have to, will aid me in searching it down, because sometimes I have to, go through the ethers, go through Guk and Muck, move energies aside and out of my way in order to get the message, because there's a lot of energies out there. So I have these candles charged. A little extra something that I have, again, this is, you guys don't have to do this, but again, you can just take inspiration if you get any. Excuse me. I have this here. I have an amethyst pyramid, I have my crystal skulls, and I have a selenite candle holder. So again, my crystal skulls are for divination. Again, Nagi, the white one, he's very calming. And the other one, whose name is yet to be decided or found, is a labradorite crystal skull, which aids in intuition and magic. So they already have their jobs. They're already talking to me. So they're set. Now my amethyst pyramid, I gave that the job to aid me in my psychic senses, my intuition. Pyramids also bring down high dimensional energies. So I have all of these different crystals, candles, energies, and allies all going on at the same time. And adding these layers of elements adds to the insight and the messages that come through. Again, you can totally just freehand this. You don't have to do any of these extra steps. But in my opinion, it enhances the experience. Excuse me, let me just fiddle with this camera for a minute. Okay, so I have all of this set up here. I could light more candles if I'd like. Again, another tea light. I am going to light another candle in my selenite here. Again, when this candle's inside the selenite, it emits the energy of the selenite to me. So again, selenite's very cleansing, clearing, connects you to higher realms, etc., etc. So that's what I'll be doing later. All right. And so I recommend that when we start this scrying session, you open the video, and then I'll let you know, and then you'll hit pause. Then you do your scrying session, and then after yours, watch mine. That way you get, unaffected by any external influences, your clear messages. So when first starting, again, you have your candles here, or you dim lights if you can, etc., etc. Now I get my mirror here, and all I'm doing is I'm just gazing at my own face in the mirror. I'm just going to be breathing deeply. And I'll notice my reflection is starting to disappear. And now for some, the visions appear right on the black mirror. For me, it goes from the black mirror to my mind's eye. Okay, so what I'm seeing is a pathway. Okay, so it's for an example, right? So that is a little bit of what you do. You just kind of breathe deep and rhythmically. You just relax. And again, you go to a very feminine state of being. You just kind of let it come to you. You feel. Okay, if you have to hunt, go through, journey in your mind's eye, in your visualization, in your imagination, then that's fine. But a lot of it is just feeling and intuition. So, let's see here. Another thing that I've noticed is sometimes when I'm doing insight, especially when I first started, I would get to a point where I'd see a vision and get something, but it stopped right there. So when that happens, what helped me get over that was just very simple, taking a deep breath. All I did was go, kind of recentered myself, and then went back at it again. So a lot of it is breathing. So what you can do now is let's just get your chakras a little brighter. So let's start at your root, okay? At your tailbone, visualize a glowing, very bright red sphere. Just see it radiating. Again, you can hold this for as long as you want. I'm only going to do it for a little bit, just for the sake of this video. Now go up to slightly above that to your navel, right where your sacral chakra is. Now visualize a very bright orange there. Now go to your solar plexus, make it very bright yellow. Go to your heart, your chest here, make it very bright green. Again, blue. And then for the third eye, an extremely bright purple, right? And you're adding energy to it, right? And then the crown, again, just seeing it turn very bright. And then what I do is I connect to Wakantanka. He is my higher power, um, as some people would call it. And so I see him up there as this pool of light, and I just bring it down to my crown. So I just visualize and feel his energy coming down. And it feels like a refreshing and cooling breeze going down my body as he enters, right? And now I feel I am very connected. So what we've done here is we've made sacred space with our allies. Again, if you'd like to bolster the sacred space, you can do visualizations. You can visualize a golden sphere around you, call on your allies and ask them to make sacred space and psychic boundaries while visualizing holding this golden cube in your mind's eye. You can call on Archangel Michael. Say, Archangel Michael, please make sacred space and psychic boundaries. Again, just kind of feel it pop up there. So I can definitely feel a shift when I did that. Okay, so again, all we've done is said a few words, did some light spell work over these candles. We've, I've shown you some elements you can bring in, how to connect, getting the chakras ready. If you get stuck, just do the breathing. Again, dimming the lights helps. And again, not for everyone will the visions appear right on the black mirror. For some people, it goes, you'll see it right here, or some people will see it on the black mirror itself as if it's like a television screen. So, that is all for this video. I hope to see you guys in the next one where we will all be doing the scrying collectively. And again, I highly recommend that you pause that video, do your journey, and then watch mine, so it's unaffected. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. May magic be with you.